So, one of the most fulfilling things that I've seen over the last 4 years of running this channel, oh my God, 4 years, has been the emergence of other channels, new channels that review and try to take rum seriously. It used to be just the occasional Ralphie review or some bourbon channel hopping into rum for fun every once in a while. But when I put down my Ray and Nephew review years and years and years ago, I did it because there was just no one out there doing this stuff, and now there's like tons of people who are doing rum reviews that actually have editing and like production and like lighting, and they're just doing it better than me, and it's great. I love it. And I'm sure right now they're all talking about important, amazing releases from like Velier and all those folks. And I am going to talk about Gefion Orlog, the hottest new release. No, I don't. Gefion Orlog is something I saw from a Danish retailer, and I had to grab it. And let me explain why I had to grab it and why I am talking about it with you, despite it not being a super hot release from Velier or anything. So what this is, it's a blend from the who are these people? Hold on, let me pull up my notes. I minimize my notes, yeah, this is from the Gefjun distillery in Denmark. It's all sourced though, and it's a blend of Dominican Republic rum from cane juice that has been aged 8 years in ex-bourbon, and they blended that with Venezuelan rum, presumably from molasses, aged in a solera system between 2 and 8 years. So it's a 2-year-old rum, but leaning heavily on a little bit older than that. And but the interesting thing about this is it's available. I mean, you have to go through Denmark to get one of these things, but it's out there. It's reasonably priced. It's in the 30s. It's from and it's presented at 50% ABV, and they say in Danish, you have to run this through a translator, that there's no sugar in this. And it is extremely rare to see not just rum from those two countries with no sugar and good presentation, but just like industrially column distilled rum that with this kind of presentation. It's just really, really special. And I've really kind of had my eye out for stuff made in this style. So I am really super pumped to try it. There's a cool ship on the cover. It comes in this awesome 50 milliliter bottle with wax. I hate the wax, but it's not god-awful wax. You can still just heat up a knife and cut around. All right, this is bottle 313 of 618, and it was bottled in December 2022. Let's get to it. On the nose. It's a really interesting nose, actually. That the cane juicy element is coming through in a particular kind of way. It's very... It smells like an old Jennifer or something. There's like a intense juniper-y note. Really, maybe not juniper. Maybe it's more like Douglas fir. But it's floating above this foundation, which is much more traditional column distillery rum. There's a little bit of Pepsi in there, vanilla, fried plantain, white pepper, more vanilla, even a touch of... I usually don't smell molasses in rum very often, weirdly enough, but here there's a little bit of molasses. Some golden raisin. Aniseed, very nice. But yeah, it's that funny, what is that? That funny kind of like green note. Which, yeah, I'm going to go with Douglas fir with maybe like a touch of like a touch of sage in there as well. maybe a tiny little bit of spearmint in there. But it's very aromatic. Fun. It's, yeah, fun is the word. And I usually, yeah, I think, yeah, let's try this. All right. Gefion Orlog on the palate. So it's still pretty darn young, and it's still column distilled, and that is not. So the mouth presence is not the best, but it's being kind of carried by, yeah, those same kind of aromatic notes, those little green notes. They're less prominent than they are on the nose, but a lot of this is, you know, classic, like, well made but very normal column distilled rum, distilled, you know, aged in bourbon casks. So we are getting vanilla, Pepsi again, banana peel, but also a little bit of that, like, what are those old, like, banana candies that don't really taste like banana? You know what I'm talking about? There's a little bit of that. Black pepper, more vanilla. And then that fun, yeah, like that kind of super fun aromatic note. The it's a little bit more juniper on the palate than Douglas fir, but yeah, that same kind of, like, I'm eating an evergreen tree and I'm enjoying it. Spearmint, sage, a little basil as well. Oh, I just realized I don't have my little eyedropper thing, so we're gonna have to eyeball it today. Mouth presence. I mean, it's not a short finish, but certainly not even medium. I mean, it's like the longer end of short. Let's put it that way. There's a little bit of, like, you know, barrel char stuff, like some peppery stuff, kind of hanging on. That's mostly what's hanging on. Most of the other flavor elements kind of fade pretty quickly. Mouth length is actually okay. It's getting a little bit into my throat a little bit. It's getting a little tickle back there. Mouthfeel is fine. It's decent. For a young rum that's reasonably well priced, like, I'm totally into this. Now I gotta eyeball the water here. Oh God, I hate eyeballing the water. I hate it. I don't think I liked that. I haven't drowned it, but I don't think I'd like that. All right, we'll come back to this in a second. I'm dribbling water all over the desk. Oh God. All right. I'm a professional, everyone. So yeah, no, it's just like I'm. This is kind of amazing compared to where I was, again, 4 years ago. I'm almost up to 2,000 subscribers. By the way, what should I do for when I hit 2,000 subscribers? I should do something, right? I don't know. Post in the comments below what I should do when I hit 2,000 subscribers. And it's just, there's so many good channels now. Like, Brandy still needs a champion, I feel like, but like, as far as rum goes, like that, yeah, there's an option. Like, This Blog's Neat is just killing it with the science. Every single video. Rum Revival is just unbelievably well made, and I hate him, and I hate what they're doing because, like, they clearly know what they're doing, and I don't, and I'm just trying to, you know, get this information out there. Ready Set, even good old Ready Set Rum is doing, you know, God's work getting the good name of actually decently produced rum out there. So yes, salute to all y'all out there in rum YouTube land. And someone out there, please step up and do, you know, agave and brandy and all those other categories, because they just, there's a hole in the market, y'all. Someone can step in there. All right, let's go back to this. Back to the Gefion Orlog. Yeah, I don't think I like the water. It's sort of just toned down a little bit. Like a lot of the aromatic notes I was really enjoying are just sort of, you've still got the sort of Pepsi, you know, banana stuff, but the fun aromatics have just toned down a little bit. It's still fine, but all right, let's see what happens on the palate. Okay, let me preempt you. Someone's going to say that I drowned this. I'm not going to say that's outside of all possibility, because, again, I was, like, eyeballing it. But it doesn't taste like I drowned this. It just tastes like this doesn't swim very well. The addition of water has severely cut off the mouth length. It's all concentrated in the front of my mouth now. It's also clipped the finish a little bit. Mouthfeel is actually a hair bit better. It's actually kind of like tickling my whole mouth just a little bit more than it was before, but everything else is kind of fallen off a cliff. It's still very pleasant, actually. This would cocktail amazingly well. One more time. Not a whole lot of development in the flavor in terms of flavor notes. There's not really a whole lot new coming through. Mainly the changes are happening in terms of mouth presence, in terms of form. Score-wise, I'm going to give this like an 84 minus. 84 minus. But I do like this. It's kind of in that same category as, what was it, the European Añejo I reviewed a year or two ago, in that it just feels like if you needed one, like, aged rum for the rail to make all the cocktails with, this would be a hell of a choice. It really would be. Like, because you could do like cane juice rum based cocktails with this. You could do, but you could also just do Cuba Libres all day. Like a Cuba Libre with this would be amazing. With that little kind of touch of aromatics, that would be killer. Daiquiris, yes. Like all the basic rum cocktails you could pull out, this would be just amazing with it. The only reason I'm tacking on a minus is it just doesn't. It loses a little bit of mouth presence with the addition of water, but in a cocktail, I don't think that's going to matter too much. I think everything else is going to be holding up that mouthfeel really well. And it's also just, I think I can recommend this because it's not, this is not a style of rum I can really recall tasting before. It's a little bit, like there's obviously a lot of similarities with normal column distilled bourbon barrel aged rum, right? But the aromatics on this are so weird and so fun. And for that alone, and the good presentation, like this is absolutely worth a grab. If you happen to be shopping at a Danish liquor store and see it. And yeah, that's what I got. 84 minus for Gefion Orlog. Well done to Gefjun Distillery. Thanks for watching and cheers.